Huntsville Community Drumline.
Huntsville Community Drumline.
Huntsville Community Drumline.
The Huntsville Community Drumline has become a community staple not only for teaching percussion for children, but establishing life lessons early on.
So my name is Angela Walker, and I am the CEO and founder of Huntsville Community Drumline. Huntsville Drumline is a percussion instruction center. The purpose of Huntsville Community Drumline is to teach percussion. Well, originally, there were a few roles that led to the founding of Huntsville Community Drumline. There were three things that were taking place in my life at that time. One was my son, Frederick, who is actually a drummer. I don't play drums. People always ask that question, but I don't play drums. But at that time, he was about a junior in high school. I am a retired teacher, and he just insisted that he was not going to go to college, and I insisted that he was going to go to college, and he said he's not going to college. And so me being that mother, the one who's, just kind of worried about his future and wanting to make sure that he did have a future and did not become a statistic, I decided to buy a building using his college fund. That way he could actually use his skills as a drummer to teach. He started playing drums when he was 4 years old. I invested in lessons for him, and so he took lessons for years and years, probably almost from the time he was 4 all the way up until the time he was probably in about I'm going to say maybe 9th or 10th grade, and then the coaches kind of got to him and said, hey, we need you to play ball. So he took a break from drum lessons for a while, but he's actually very good. He's excellent, outstanding percussionist.
My name is Frederick Walker, and my role at Drumline is lead instructor, also program director, and I pretty much just oversee the general program, especially now that some of my older students are taking over the instructor roles. We are a nonprofit organization that seeks to build leadership qualities and teach responsibility, teach accountability, teach self-awareness, self-assessment, team building, pretty much all the positive attributes you would look for in a leader. We seek to do all that through drumming. So I'm a drummer for my entire life, and when we started, it was initially just supposed to be a community organization to reach out to people in the community, just to keep people involved in music, and it's evolved into a strong program for youth, where kids that may not necessarily fit into, wherever they fit in at school. We all know every kid is not going to be an athlete, and every kid may not be super academic achievers, but every kid, in my opinion, can play drums.
This one time we played for the Huntsville Havoc, and then that was a really big stadium when I was in 5th grade at the time, and it was fun. Huntsville Drumline, you come in not knowing nothing. You got Mr. Fred, you got Dominic here, all the resources to help you get your chops up better, play drum set, learn music, all that. So it's really a good tool for you.
We have two performances today. This first one is at actually the Martin Luther King Jr. parade. We haven't really practiced marching too much. They've had to cancel this parade so many times because of the temperature. Sometimes it's just below freezing. So today is supposed to be 44, and that's good. It's definitely better than below freezing. And there are the gatekeepers. Hey, good morning. I'm doing great. How are you?
Y'all not gonna drive in the parade?
No.
Let the kids walk. I know y'all ain't gonna march.
The drums are too heavy.
Oh, okay. For parking, I'll need you to park. There's a gravel parking lot on the other side. and then you can come back, and then they'll assign y'all something to do.
Gravel parking lot on the other side.
Yes, right up there by the train.
By the train.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Thank you. I'll ask the kids if they wanna march. I'll let them march. I think we'll be good here. Here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I have all these decisions to make at the last minute. So what I'm gonna do is pull right over here, and then I'm gonna hey, kitty. Hey. All right, now get out. He's gonna let me out the back. All right, let me get my phone because I will definitely get a whole lot of calls. Hey, good. I'm glad. Everybody grab an ear warmer, pass it out, get one, grab one, grab one, grab one, grab one. And keep your ears warm.
This one?
Yes.
I know.
I don't know. Let's see how many you have, but you may be able to, okay? Let's see who you have. You need what? Okay.
Can I put my hat in your van?
Or I was going to say, huh?
Can I put my hat in your van?
Yes, just remember it's there.
She said never mind. My mom said.
Okay, because I
Jill,
Okay.
we need help. Yeah, we need help.
Wait, hold on. I think I may have got it.
Jill, can you tighten them?
I think I may have got it. But I think they still won. Just the ice. I got a free leg rest. No. I gotta get this back to Walker. Yeah, I'm pretty sure A&M is still. I mean, they're college.
Still walking. I bet you they'll walk all the way home. I bet you they'll be walking 8 miles.
8 miles is crazy.
They walking all the way home.
They walking all the way to the park. I made a whole random solo.
Good job, y'all.
You did good, bro.
Y'all did excellent.
He's walking. How many miles did you actually die?
I just happened to read an article in Essence magazine, and it was an article about a young man by the name of Martin Lee Anderson, and it was a heartbreaking article because Martin Lee Anderson was like 14 years old, and he got in trouble a lot, and he stole his grandmother's car, and he went to the store and stole some candy and whatever. And so they made the decision to send him to this boot camp in Florida. And he was there maybe only a couple of hours, and the guards had him running. And he kept saying, I can't run any farther, I can't go any farther. And they kept trying to insist because they thought he was faking. And so he collapsed while he was running, and they tried to revive him with some kind of smelling salts. And he actually died out there on the track. And so, of course, this, created outrage everywhere. And there was justice for Martin Lee Anderson, justice for Martin Lee Anderson. And they eventually did get that boot camp shut down, whatever. But one of the things that really struck me was the fact that there were about 1,000 or 2,000 college students that converged on the state capitol, protesting justice for Martin Lee Anderson. And all that kept running through my mind at that point was, what if those same college students had poured into his life before, it gets to the point where you're in trouble all the time at school, or you're being a disruption, or you're being a distraction, or you're being disrespectful. What if we could intervene in those same kids' lives and just, do something that will cause them to veer off in a better, much better direction? And so, in my mind, I'm just thinking, how come nobody's doing anything? And then it's like, well, what's wrong with you? Why can't you do it? Anybody could come. It didn't matter what their age was. Anybody could come. And we did that when we first started off. And it was great for a while. Immediately, we started getting calls for performances. And so, we hadn't even been here very long. So what we had mostly was a lot of college students or former college students that were just kind of reliving their glory days. We also had some grown men, grown women who just were like, yeah, I played when I was in high school, and they came and they wanted to play. And so it was fun. It got us through that period. So we ended up shifting to a group which it was the inaugural group, and they came up with the name of Stickmasters. And it started off as a small group, maybe about 10 kids. We advertised in the schools, and we just said, hey, we're starting a free program. And so the kids who came, it was the Stickmasters. And again, calls are just coming in saying, hey, can y'all come and perform? Can you come and perform? And so we didn't, or should I say, I didn't really know exactly what I was doing at that time. So we would just go out and perform, just wherever we could. We would go and people would invite us out to come and perform. Parents were saying, oh, this is really great. They're just really excited about the Stickmasters, and they were like, so can you start one for the little kids? And so I asked Fred, I was like, well, son, do you want to teach a younger group? And he's just like, whatever you want me to do, Mom, just wherever you want me to be, it's fine. And so that's when we started the Minimasters. So the Stickmasters are in grades 5th through 9th, and the Minimasters are in grades 1st through 4th. So that's pretty much where we, those are the programs that we offered. Again, they were free instrument usage. We don't charge, for anything. Frederick was watching a video on TV. He sent it to me, and there were some these senior citizens at a little senior center, and they were using these big, gigantic exercise balls to beat on. They were just, drumming and whatever, and they were drumming to music. And so I said, well, we actually have real drums, so we could do a program like that, do it for senior citizens, or they would prefer to be called seasoned citizens. Requires a lot of coordination, which is good for senior adults because dementia is a real thing. And so when you get to be that certain age and you're starting to forget things and you're like, oh, I know, why did I come into this room? I know there was a reason I came in here, but I can't remember what it is. So when you have to remember all these parts, it's no joke.
I heard about it through one of my friends. She, when they were starting up the senior class, she asked me would I be a part of a group that was playing drums, and I asked her, I said, well, hey, yeah. They gave me something to do because I always try to keep my mind and my body, inclined with just doing things. I have always loved different types of music, but to be a part of a community of senior ladies playing the drum, it's just awesome to me. It has introduced me to music as in the drum, as well as making good friends.
So we added one other additional program to our lineup. We call them Mixmasters. We actually received a Google Fiber grant administered through the Community Foundation, and we actually started the music production program.
I met Miss Walker about 12 years ago. I think it was about 2011. And I was driving down Jordan Lane, and I saw this sign that said Huntsville Community Drumline. And I was like, I gotta stop in there and find out what's going on. What is this? And I went in there and I met her, introduced myself, and we just had a good conversation. We had a lot in common, and we just had similar visions. And so I eventually joined the board, and we just had a good relationship over the years to where I'm just pitching in, doing whatever I could to help see that Huntsville Drumline is successful.
The music production classes, we remix songs and we can make our own songs. And I've learned how to mix songs and make my own songs with different instruments. I love it and I hope to keep doing it.
I'm very grateful for the Huntsville Community Drumline. I'm grateful for Mr. Craig just pouring into the next generation. It has really helped develop Trinity's skill set, and she actually helped train our musician at church on some things with the music production side, and they helped produce a song together. So I'm just very grateful. She's grown a lot, and she wants to continue to grow.
Orion Amphitheater.
The Orion Amphitheater. So many people
performing at the amphitheater.
We got to play at the opening weekend, and we practiced what we played probably 100 times at least. When I started Stickmasters, I asked Mr. Fred what drum I should play, and he told me to play tenor. I was sort of surprised because when I was in Minimasters, it was my least favorite.
When I was like 2 years old, my mom moved down here after college. Since I was so young, Mr. Fred and Miss Walker, they said they might as well let me in as a baby since my older siblings played. When I was like around 10, we went to Talladega and performed during the NASCAR in front of a whole bunch of people.
How did that feel? Was it exciting?
Exciting and nerve-wracking because it was so much people and it was on TV. So one mess up and
what's up, y'all? My name is Keyshawn. I've been here since 2013. I've been playing drums for almost 10 years now.
I'm Dominic Cade. I've been at the Huntsville Drumline since about 2011. I was here when they started up the Stickmasters, and it means a great deal to me.
If you had to tell people that don't know much about Huntsville Community Drumline, what would you want them to know?
Most people know me as a drummer. Do people know you as a drummer?
Yeah, for sure.
So first thing I say is, it made me who I am. And I say that just simply as that. Like, it created the person you see before today. I'm very fortunate to actually have been taught by these great people.
You learn so much and it's free. So
right. So it's almost like it was meant for me.
Exactly.
Most of us didn't come from great backgrounds. You take one look at my house and you'd be like, this is the situation he's from. And a free program like that quite literally saved my life and pointed me in the right direction. You may not become a drummer after you leave here, but you're gonna take something away. So you being gone for 6 months, you may have missed a life lesson that I gave to everybody else and instilled in them 6 months ago.
It's definitely more to Huntsville Drumline than just drums.
Yeah, there's so much more.
My main issue is that when I first got here to the drumline is I had to learn how to play very basic beats in a short time frame, and I wasn't catching it. So it's when you get to 6th grade band, you got they be like, oh, here's snare sticks, learn snare.
Yeah, just figure it out.
Yeah, so I came in here, I play snare. No, I didn't. I played quarter notes from a book. That is not snare. Now, what I've been doing, playing video games and trying to make a living through video games, I guess. It just wasn't really much I was interested in when I was young, but then when I found drums, it just kind of gave me a perk.